It's a nice property.
He keeps it nice.
Sometimes the blue line goes faster and something. Good.
Good. We got everybody in, Tina?
Yes, we are good.
Okay.
Report.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We want to welcome you to our Bartholomew County Commissioners meeting today, September 22nd, 2025. This morning, I will lead us in an invocation and pledge. If you can rise. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. I think today is maybe the beginning of fall here in America as we face the changing seasons. And so those that have despised the heat, perhaps their relief is coming. We thank you for the safety that we all enjoy in this country. And thank you for the many blessings that you give us each and every day. Be with us today as we take care of items for Bartholomew County government and its citizens. And again, thank you for loving us and taking care of us, Lord. In thy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, it was a good weekend. The Colts won, the Fever won, IU won. It's just kind of fun to wake up on Monday morning and all your local teams have won. And even though I'm a Purdue fan, I live with a very IU fan. And I always say you got to root for the Big Ten. And but IU is starting out the year on a very good note again. And so anyway, and at least Purdue scored a few points against Notre Dame on Saturday. So sports wise, I'd say Indiana residents
Should be happy.
and might be a fun fall. So anyway, with that, first item on our agenda, we have approval of last week's minutes.
I'll move to approve our minutes.
And I'll second that. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. And before I go on, I just want to make note, Tony is under the weather this morning, so Larry and I will get to make and approve a lot of motions. And Tony, if you're listening, shame on you, but we'll do it. We'll get it done. Okay. The next item is our new permit report for last week. And I think all three of us commissioners are just amazed at what goes on in Bartholomew County with our building this year. And we all recognize that stuff costs so much more that figures are a little inflated from years ago. But this week, past week, 38 permits issued, fees collected $7,130. Estimated value of construction, $5,752,353. And included in that was one single family dwelling on Baker Hollow Road with an estimated value of $4 million. So quite a house probably. Next item.
It wasn't me, you guys.
Yeah, one Larry.
In case you're thinking it was probably Kleinhans.
I'm on the other side of town, so. And it wasn't Tina. And I don't think Danny's not on Baker Hall. He's down there on, are you on Sawmill Road? Billsville Road. So he's at the other corner. Danny, we're ready for you. Come on down.
I remember Paul used to talk about Baker Holler, like, that's not, like a Baker Holler is looked down on, and, then all of a sudden it's Baker Holler.
Yeah. Yeah.
The crew report for last week, we replaced culverts on 400 West and also 425 East. And then we worked on the pipe on 650 North. And we mowed back trees and brush on German Township.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all I have today.
Okay, Larry?
I'm good.
We'll let you off early today.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Next item on our agenda, we have a couple items with our EMA Director, Shannon Cook. And Shannon, you're with us this morning here on Zoom. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, hear you great.
Good.
Go ahead.
So we have a couple of grant requests that we are putting in for the SHSP, the State Homeland Security Grant Program, that we typically apply for yearly. We have two projects. So I will go with the first one, which is the National Priority Project. We are requesting the purchase of digital message boards, mobile surveillance trailers, and the cameras for those mobile surveillance trailers, along with a prime mover, which is a vehicle to support pulling those trailers around. These message boards and the cameras trailers will be used by our office as well as law enforcement throughout the county. That project is for $150,000.
Okay.
Shannon, tell us a little more about the mobile surveillance trailer.
So what that is, it's a trailer that has both the capability for having the message board, but also has a telescoping capability with cameras. So like we have some of the fixed cameras around right now that we can monitor traffic and pedestrian. We can deploy these trailers, however, to different or specific locations and use those cameras to monitor traffic, monitor the crowds.
And we're
And
not looking in people's homes and
no,
looking in people's private property, things like that.
no, this would help us basically kind of do security for like our large scale events that we have around the county.
All right, good answer. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'd
And
make a motion, then we go ahead and sign this grant application for federal monies, and it's through the State Homeland Security Program. And these items include a digital messaging board, mobile surveillance trailer, and a prime mover vehicle for support. And Shannon's hoping for hopefully up to 150,000 in that request.
yes.
Okay.
I'll second.
Got a motion from myself and a second to approve this, signing this grant application. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Okay, Shannon, next one.
The second project that we're going to put in for under the same grant program, because we are allowed to apply for one national priority project and one what is referred to as an enduring needs project. So the second one is the enduring needs project, and that would include the purchase of body armor shields. So basically the shields for law enforcement, typically referred to as riot shields, would be one for each deputy. As well as there is a triple function multi-laser device that would be for the members of the SWAT team. And then also a request for the sheriff's department, which would also be available to all 3 law enforcement facilities in the county, for a simulator training system for law enforcement, which basically is a system that can offer different types of scenarios and allow for the officers to train to those scenarios, in just using the simulated system versus any type of real live event. And for that entire project, the total cost is $110,081.
Carl, I'll make a motion that we approve that grant request, 110,081.
And I will second that. Motion's been made by Larry and seconded that we sign this grant request as well. And this is for the Enduring Needs Project. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried.
Shannon, I have a question for you. Have you seen some of these grant dollars drying up in the last 6 months?
In the last 6 months, I mean, originally some of these grant programs were cut by the president's request when they went through the approval process in Congress, though some of that funding was returned. They typically, we've seen a little bit of a decrease each year in those. What they were returned to was the 2023 level. So yes, for compared to what came out in 24, we're down slightly.
Okay,
Than what expected.
I assumed that. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Shannon, when do you have any idea when you might get word on
The projects, the awards.
Yeah, the
So
awards.
the grant applications are due this week on the 24th. We are a little far out in the process. Normally we would apply for these earlier, late spring. But the typical award period is going to be sometime, I would anticipate next month, is when our normal notification is. And I know that we had a very quick, short turnaround with these since we are so late in the process. So I would expect somewhere mid to late October.
Okay. Anything else for us this morning?
No, just really quick. My new deputy director for the office did start today, Jem Bussey, and we'll make sure that we get her down to the offices there and get her introduced to everybody.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us this morning, and we're always hopeful that your grant requests get fulfilled. So have a good week.
We are too. Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Our next item on our agenda, we have some change orders with Forster Electric for the Bartholomew County Courthouse data cabling project. And this will be our final change order with Forster in the process of the big courthouse project. We had what, Larry, several generations of cabling in our ceilings.
Yep, if you want to see how electrical components have changed over the 150 years, that was a good project to get educated.
They went all the way back.
Yeah, you had all kinds of wire. Yep. And several of these changes, we would take back a panel and we discover X or Y, and we decide on the fly to go ahead and fix it. And, it's a little bit more than maybe we would normally have in change order as far as a percentage, but the total was 25,224. Most of these were owner originated from us. That was the time to fix it. And we went ahead and had them fix it. So I don't have a problem with any of these, Carl.
So again, the original amount awarded to Forster was $100,775. And as Larry just said, we've got an additional here of $25,224.80. That'll make the new total for forestry electric $125,999.80. And I think between Scott and Rick, most of these if not all of these change orders were kind of requested and initiated by you two.
Agreed.
And so as Larry said, that's a pretty good sized change order, but they were not the primary initiator of it, and it was stuff that needed to be done. And again, we're trying to equip that courthouse for the next 30 to 40 years. I don't know. I hope that we can get that much out of it. Larry and I probably won't be around to see the next
Speak for
project.
yourself, Carl.
Okay.
I'm planning on being right here.
You planning on being right here, huh? So with that being said,
I'll move that we approve that change order for work at the courthouse with Forster. Total of contract now is $125,999.
and I will second that motion. All in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed.
Carl, we all have houses. My house, I've lived in for almost 40 years, but it has gone through 3 additions. And now that I know a little more than I did 40 years ago, you go up in my attic and there are wires everywhere that should have been taken out when I did the big addition 40 years ago, but the electrician didn't take it all out. And I've spent days before cutting old wire out, and, we've got all kinds of cabling from dish network running through the attic and telephone wires, and there's so many wires, and we eliminated those in many cases in the courthouse so that somebody 50 years from now doesn't have to wonder if that wire's hot or not.
Yeah, we don't know what the next newest technology is for sure, do we, Scott?
Could be tomorrow.
But maybe for the near term, and I don't know what near term is anymore, if 20 years is probably almost a little too near term.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're still using wires over there. And
I will say it was a rare opportunity to have all of that opened up, to be able to access those items and clean that out and make it proper for the next generation.
it was the easiest
Got a question back here.
easiest time in the world to do it. What?
Rare opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm patient. 2 questions. Dunlap is the other contractor on the project, is that right? What are the items that they still need to wrap up? And do you have a sense of the timeline of that?
Actually, I think Dunlap itself is done, aren't they, Tina?
They are pretty much, but we still have to pay them the retainage and stuff, so we're not completely finished out that contract yet.
And then, have all the judges moved back to the courthouse, or Judge Benjamin still at the court
Yes.
services building a little bit?
They're back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Moved her, I think, in the past 2 weeks, I
Yes.
think.
Yep.
So everybody's back. Okay. We voted on that, correct? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, I made a motion. I made a motion to approve it.
What's that,
I
Jim?
don't think you voted.
Didn't think we voted
Did you
again? Okay.
I made a motion.
Larry did make the motion and I seconded. All in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed. Motion carried.
Carl, if
We'll-
I voted no, they wouldn't get paid today. Because
Well-
Tony's not here to offset my negativity.
So, I want to make sure for, our auditor's office that, we're, following proper procedure. Sometimes when we get on a tangent and start talking, that's the one thing I forget to follow through on. So my apologies.
You're pretty good about not forgetting, Carl.
Next item, we have two ordinances that we are reading today on second reading. We must consider each one independent. So the first one is second reading of an ordinance adopting a new personnel policy for our employees, and it's concerning new parent leave. Larry, would you like to touch on this one?
I will, Carl, and you feel free to interject. Trying to keep up with the times and trying to be fair and considerate of our county employees, we have decided, with input from the county council, to offer new parent leave. The important points of this benefit is that county employees who work 6 consecutive months or more without a break in service and are full-time will be eligible for new parent leave. Upon the birth of the employee's child, upon the birth of a child, the employee's spouse, and this is who's covered, upon placement of a child for adoption with the employee, it's the policy of Bartholomew County that the birth or adoption of a child is an important event where the family benefits from time spent together without concern for loss of employees' wages. To facilitate that, we are now going to offer for our employees that they may request and receive, I don't think any would not request it, receive up to 6 weeks paid for the birth parent and up to 4 weeks paid leave for the non-birth parent. This does include adoptions, and it does include all of the other complicated realities that exist in our society today. I think we're covering everyone, and we give the same considerations to anyone regardless of the specifics.
That's it in a nutshell. Any questions? The public here. It's a ordinance which requires us, I guess I'll have just done that right off the bat. Requires us to open it to the floor. So anyone, either on Zoom or here in the audience that would like to speak for or against this ordinance is welcome to do so at this time. Yeah, Brad.
Carl, are the language of these, are they posted online for review anywhere?
They are not. Usually we can't do that until they're actually
Okay.
approved.
But we can't, we will then afterward,
We
right?
normally don't, but we can. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
send him an email of what it is.
Yeah.
He'd like.
Any other comments or questions? Okay, I'm gonna close the public hearing and I think a motion's in order.
I'll move that we approve on second reading, consideration of an ordinance amending ordinance number 2013-05, adopting a personnel policy for Bartholomew County employees, new parent leave.
And I will second that motion. Motion's been made by Larry and seconded that we will on second reading approve this ordinance, and it's regarding new parent leave. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed.
Tina, the effective date,
January 1st, 2026.
January 1st of this coming year.
Motion carried. So now,
And if we could retroactively implement this, I would be gone all next year.
well, depending how far retroactively we would go, but yes.
Can I claim to be the birth parent? So I could be
No,
gone
you-
more than a year.
I think your wife would arm wrestle you
Okay.
for that
And she deserves
and
it.
she would win.
She deserved it. You know, just item of interest. We had so much discussion concerning this. And I don't recall whose idea it was, but the term birth parent, we decided to give, because there are a lot of different parents now. You know, I have a member of my family that they're struggling to have children because of health issues. And but they can do surrogacy. So at some point, they're probably gonna do that. But in that case, neither will be a birth parent. And we took into consideration the actual birth parent has a lot of healing to do. And it's a complicated procedure, giving birth. So that's really why we're giving an extra
2
bit
weeks.
of time, 2 weeks, to the birth parent. And in cases where neither spouse gives birth, they both will get 4 weeks. But if your wife gives birth, then she will get 6. So, and it was probably Carl's idea, but it was a good way of encompassing all of those different adoptions. Both parents would get 4 weeks.
I can't take credit for it. I think actually, Leah Byer, the county council, was, a little bit more the driver.
I actually thought it was Jim Schoaf that
And-
actually said it. The birth parent was the key, but
Well, and trying to sort out through the nitty gritty of it.
it wasn't me because I was calculating how many weeks I would get. So I wasn't thinking.
But, you know, society, has changed and, we have,
Yeah,
for lack of a better term, I guess, various marriage arrangements in today's society and, civil unions, for lack of a better term. And, our attorney tried to help us, not fall or let any of the situations fall through the cracks. So, and if for some reason that we did mess up, we can always come back and amend it. So we're always willing to do that. Our next item then, we'll have second reading. And we are amending again the same ordinance. It's ordinance number 2013-05. It's part of the personnel policy for Bartholomew County, Indiana, and it's concerning working hours. And I will briefly explain it. Basically, what we are going to do is our public buildings shall be open for public business from 8 to 4 instead of it used to be and is currently 8 to 5. We're specifically, I think, mainly talking about this building and the courthouse. It turns out that in the state of Indiana that we are only one, or there are only like 2 or 3 counties in the state of Indiana that are still open till 5 p.m. And
and that's probably the fault of 2 commissioners, Carl,
probably,
if there's a fault.
yes.
Or credit, however you want to look at it. 2 old school commissioners that didn't adjust or adopt to modern policies
We have,
because of our philosophy on work.
we have discussed this particular issue for at least, I think, 10 years prior to Tony coming. I know when Rick Floor was here, I think we talked about it. But kind of what probably pushed us over the edge was that
The
the
judges.
employees of the courts in the courthouse were essentially told that their day would change from 8 to 4 as of about the March of this past year. And we had, it's pretty hard when you got employees in the same building and some of them are leaving at 4 and some are leaving at 5. It's kind of hard to keep peace, so to speak. And the state recognizes that 8 to 4 with a 20-minute paid lunch break is a legal work day and counts as a full 40 hours. And as Larry stated last week, we were always a little bit apprehensive to change. Did not want to violate any kind of ghost employment violations. But anyway, this is where we are at. And if this passes today, it will take effect October 1st of 2025. And again, they'll be working 40 hours per week with a paid 20-minute meal break. And so there's where we're at with this ordinance. So again, I will open the floor for comments from both the public here in this room or on Zoom. Any comments for or against?
Carl, I just said, just to make sure clarify what the motivation here is even though the Bartholomew County Commissioners approved paying court staff are paid employees. So the Judge Benjamin staff, and Judge Wharton staff, even though they go through the Bartholomew County payroll, they are state employees. They have a different handbook. They're controlled by the judge. And so they look the same in the building, but they are not the same. They are state employees. And so when the judge has made a decision to go that route, then, that was one of the reasons it's time for us to do that. Just want to clarify that court staff is paid by the county, but are state employees.
It's really an odd
It is odd, but that's,
setting,
they
but
have a
it's the way
different
it is.
handbook, they have a different procedures. That is
Yeah,
the judge controls their hours, controls all that. We are just by statute ordered to pay them.
Seeing no other comments, thank you, Jim. I will close that public hearing on this ordinance. And again, with this one, as well as the prior one, we have worked with the county council at length to try to appease everyone. So.
and we probably would have done this a year ago, but the council wasn't quite ready to give their blessing to it. But we've gotten there, so that's why we're doing it today.
I'd make a motion then that on second reading, we go ahead and approve this ordinance. And again, it's regarding our personnel policy concerning working hours.
I'll second.
Motion made by myself and seconded to approve this ordinance on second reading. All in favor of that signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carried.
Carl, can I add one final editorial?
Sure.
We recognize that with this change, there will be a few inconveniences for some of our business people in the community. Contractors coming in to get permits, individuals wanting death certificates or birth certificates. Whatever other type of commerce might happen in the courthouse or in this building. We recognize that and just ask everyone to adjust. Take a little time I work in a couple of other counties, and on many occasions, I have gone to the courthouse at 4:30 to find out that they were already closed, and I have to adjust. So we apologize for the inconvenience, but hopefully you'll be able to adjust and change your order of business.
There you go. That's the end of our published agenda. Any items from the public to bring up today? I want to thank everybody for coming. We are adjourned.